Hey gang, this is Vicki Kelly with the Golden Rule Trades. There were some great moves today. I'll show you how our system did, and then I'll show you how I did. So this here was a great move down this morning, and we would have triggered here and been able to take that for quite a few points to the downside. And the only drawback to this was it was a little difficult to see where exactly to draw the lines because it moved so quick and just kept going down. And sometimes that's hard to see in real time, but obviously the move was down, but you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of that. It was so volatile. Let me give you an example. Just this one move here was a retracement, and this was almost a 10-point candle right there, maybe 12. And so it's not doing anything other than what it normally does and would have stepped you out a couple times if you had tried to use your regular stops. So as nice as it is to be able to make a lot, you have to be careful with your position size, your risk size, and all of those things on days like today. Then we had a turnaround, and depending on where you drew your lines is whether or not you could get in on this. If you drew it here, this did not pull back to our second line, so there was no entry. But if you drew it here, then you could enter and would have been able to secure that move. By the time we got up here in the live room, there were a couple options. This could be a follow-on buy signal. And as you can see, it did work out, but the same thing still stands. This pulled back almost 20 points. And in any small account or any trader funding account, your account just can't handle all of that, that kind of a pullback. And then it could have just been going up here in order to take a sell signal. And that triggered, but did not follow through and then continued on to the upside. Again, what would you have done? You'd have gotten in thinking, okay, we're going to go and sail to the north, and then it still would have gone against you. Again, another 15 or 20 points. So this became very, very difficult to trade here. There was no edge in the midst of all of this. And so I called in the live room that I was done trading, because when it could be this and it could be that and it could be the other, that means you do not have an edge. That means flip a coin. You might be right, you might be wrong. And that is not trading, that is gambling. And we don't gamble in the morning method. So I was able to follow some of this down to be able to make a little bit here. Again, I missed with the live trading room account, I missed this because I drew my lines a little lower. In my personal account, was able to get some of this. So I made my profit target for everything except the live room account, which is great. However, we weren't able to do that in our live room account, and I'm hoping by the end of the month to be able to pass the evaluation, be in a paid account, just like we encourage our students to do. So again, it wasn't that you couldn't figure out what direction it was going. It was whether or not you could see the pattern to give you an idea of what your risk parameters were in the midst of this. You can make a lot of money, but you can also lose it very quickly. And that's the nice thing about it is you can make a lot of money. The bad thing about it is you can lose a lot very quickly. But then again, the good thing about it is you can make it back up pretty easily too. So you just have to keep your wits about you. And when there is no edge, you need to stop. And that makes the difference between those who can go the long haul and those who can't. So make sure that you stay safe out there, and good luck trading.